Are we going up there?
Today, yeah, it should be.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this very special occasion as we recognize and honor the change in leadership of the 375th Mission Support Group from Colonel Will Cooper to Colonel Mike Shirley. The presiding official for today's ceremony is the Commander, 375th Air Mobility Wing, Colonel John Poole. I am Staff Sergeant McAvoy, and I will be the narrator for today's ceremony. From ancient times, armies throughout the world have conducted ceremonies to commemorate victory over the enemy, to honor comrades in arms, and to celebrate special occasions, such as the change of command. History reveals that in the Middle Ages, it was not uncommon for the soldiers in the field to be unaware of whom their commanders were and what they looked like. The formal change of command afforded these soldiers the opportunity to witness the proceedings and actually see their commanders. The Continental Army of the United States conducted the first official ceremonies in America. This was the basis from which the present ceremony is derived. Today, the primary purpose of the change of command is to allow subordinates to witness the formal transfer of total responsibility, authority, and accountability from one officer to another. These ceremonies have added color and pageantry to military life while preserving tradition and stimulating esprit de corps. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the singing of our national anthem and today's invocation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the Rockies' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please join me in prayer. Almighty God, through your provision, the 375th Mission Support Group had the privilege of having Colonel Will Cooper as a group commander till now. Since he entered the office, many airmen have witnessed and are deeply grateful for his genuine care, compassionate heart, and steadfast leadership. Lord, let Colonel Cooper's prayer echo not only during this ceremony, but also resonate through all MSG airmen. He prayed for your strength and wisdom to take care of the precious airmen. And he asked for heavenly blessing and passion where airmen will look after for one another. Lord, sometimes this change new may appear as starting a new journey through uncharted territory. Yet, Lord, you promise in the scripture that if anyone need wisdom, they should seek and believe your divine help. And it is written that God, you will give us wisdom and aid. As Colonel Cooper heads up to New Start, give him your undivided attention and remind him your promise in Isaiah 30:21. Whether you turn to right or to the left, your ear will hear a voice behind you say, "This is the way, walk in it." Let his steps make history everywhere he goes. Lord, we are about to witness the passing of the flag to our new MSG commander. You led Colonel Mike Shirley to Scott MSG in your sovereign time and sovereign plan. We ask for your blessing on Colonel Shirley's family as he leads a group of outstanding airmen. God, you have prepared them for this very day, and you have prepared them for this journey. Lord, bless the fruit of their labor and leadership in this group and this wing. Colonel Shirley is proud of his Security Force Ravens heritage. Let the Ravens creed live through Colonel Shirley, achieve through honest endeavor, and persist effort to do the best under any circumstance. Lord, thank you for what you have done for MSG and what you will do for MSG. We pray in your mighty name. Amen.
Thank you, Airman Bond. Thank you, Chaplain Chung. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. To help recognize the importance of this ceremony, we are joined today by a number of special and distinguished guests. Special guests for Colonel Will Cooper include his spouse, Beth. his sons Jaden, Chase, Avery, and his daughter Blakely, and his mother-in-law Sherry Lyon. Special guests for Colonel Mike Shirley include his spouse Holly, daughter Brooklyn, and his son Ian. Other distinguished guests include the spouse of the commander, 375th Air Mobility Wing, Mrs. Shelley Poole. The commander, 18th Air Force, Major General Corey Martin. The command chief, 18th Air Force, Chief Master Sergeant Thomas Blunt. The commander, 618th Air Operations Center, Brigadier General Corey Simmons. The director of Mid-America Airport, retired Brigadier General Darren James. The commander, 932nd Airlift Wing, Colonel Jeffrey Smith. The commander, 126th Air Refueling Wing, Colonel Nicholas Hirschnell. The deputy commander, 375th Air Mobility Wing, Colonel Richard Kind, and his spouse, Jill. The commander, 375th Operations Group, Colonel Vincent Livy, and his spouse, Colleen. The spouse of the commander, 375th Medical Group, Mrs. Audrey Clydesdale. The command chief, 375th Air Mobility Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Sean Andrews, and his wife, Amy. The senior enlisted leader, 375th Mission Support Group, Chief Master Sergeant Gloria Wilson. The senior enlisted leader, 375th Operations Group, Chief Master Sergeant Philip Mullins. The senior enlisted leader, 375th Medical Group, Chief Master Sergeant Melissa Johnson. The mayor, City of Belleville, the Honorable Patty Gregory. Director of Military Affairs for St. Clair County, Ms. Kimberly Huth. The Honorary Commander for the 375th Mission Support Group, Mr. Alonzo Bird. We also welcome all commanders, directors, chiefs, first sergeants, families, friends, and community leaders, and most importantly, the men and women of the 375th Mission Support Group. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander, 375th Air Mobility Wing, Colonel John Poole.
Good morning. Appreciate everyone being flexible in their plans so we can accommodate the inbound weather. First off, though, I want to start by saying these events don't happen out of thin air or pure magic. A lot of hard work behind the scenes over many hours in the weeks leading up to this event. So first, a shout out to the project officer, Lieutenant Stephen Vandermeer, his entire team, got the narrator, Sergeant McAvoy, odds-on favorite for MVP of the ceremony, our proffer, Airman Jones, protocol team under Mr. Pettit. Again, excellent work. So thank you for all of the investment in making today happen. Again, we've gone through the list of dignitaries, so thank you to the Cooper family, to the Shirley family, to my amazing wife, Shelley, for attending, all of our distinguished visitors, guests, mission partners, community leaders, most importantly, to the 375th Mission Support Group of AMC's flagship wing. Thank you for all you do every single day to keep this base operating and taking care of everyone in this room and our families. All right, so a change of command ceremony. It's the purpose why we're here. It's always a pivotal moment. Charged with mixed emotions, it's a bittersweet celebration of the past 2 years and the accomplishment of the outbound team. It's an excitement and anticipation of the next 2 years and all of the promise of the inbound team. And before I tell you about Will's achievements or Mike's potential, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Commanders are never chosen for their past deeds. They are always chosen for their potential to lead our Air Force's most precious resource, our airmen. So leadership and the potential to lead airmen is why we're here. The transition of that leadership from Will to Mike is the real reason, the true reason that we've convened for this ceremony. Leadership means a lot of things to a lot of people. I would argue that it's not a singular thing, it changes based on your perspective. From the view of the person leading, leadership is a choice, not a position. The reality is that it's a choice that has to be made every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. The choice to act, the choice to engage, the choice to serve your people, to set the standard, to be accountable, to push, to challenge, to listen, and to trust. As a leader, you choose to do all that you can because your people are depending on you. On a more personal level, leadership is a price that must be paid. A mentor once told me, many people want to lead, few are willing to pay the price. You answer when your people need you. You go where the mission takes you. You surrender your time, your emotional bandwidth, your preferences, your personal priorities. Most often, your family underwrites the majority of that cost. And as a leader, you pay that price because your people are depending on you. From the view of those being led, leadership's a gift. General Mark Welch, the former Chief of Staff of the Air Force, said, "Leadership is a gift. It is given by those who follow, and you have to be worthy of it." You show that you're worthy by being humble, approachable, and credible, by living out our values, by investing in your airmen's growth, by empowering them and enabling them to exceed all expectations. And as a leader, you strive to be worthy of that gift because your people are depending on you. Will, during your time in command of the Mission Support Group, I've seen you live this out every single day. Each day you made the choice to lead. Tough days during the last wave of COVID, keeping everyone safe with the latest variant, keeping this installation mission running, enabling the command and control of America's global reach. The choice to lead an MSG that was already in high gear, from providing daily support to 6 higher headquarters, 4 wings, 36 mission partners, 140 geographically separated units, in charge of $4.6 billion worth of assets, multiple construction projects, and continuous deployment taskings. The choice to pivot from that daily mission to prepare for the next conflict. The first flyway exercise in 12 years, the development of the war course, the implementation of Ready Airman training, posturing our flagship for a new fourth generation deployment model, and bed down of the new Air Task Force. You also chose to leave the comfort of the status quo of the past 20 years and help usher in a sea change on how installations think about the use of technology and autonomous systems. Technology to secure access to our base, like Scott Pass. Revolutionary across the Air Force. Autonomous mowers on the airfield, employment of small UAS drones in multiple roles, deployable comm kits, artificial intelligence and computer modeling to predict the impacts of the next flood. Thanks to your efforts, many of your squadrons have been recognized as the best unit in their functional area across AMC and are leading the way in innovation and combat readiness. During your time in command, you also had to pay the price. During the winter of 2022, spring of 2023, Scott Air Force Base suffered 2 natural disasters within 5 months of each other. First with Winter Storm Elliott, and then a historic 100-year flood. And your team led both disaster responses, caring for displaced families, emergency repairs to 80 facilities, and built a $4 million recovery plan that restored this flagship to operations in minimum time. Last summer, when you led the team in delivering Safe and Secure Air Show, STEM Expo for 70,000 members of our community. First one held in Scott in 5 years. Also had to contend with inclement weather like we may this afternoon. Each time there was a price: late nights, long days, time away from family, another school event missed, another vacation postponed or not taken. And Beth, Jaden, Chase, Avery, Blakely, you underwrote the cost of that most of those times. And so thank you for your support in helping him bear this cost. Lastly, Will, during your time, you have proven worthy of leading the Mission Support Group. Your leadership team, Chief Wilson, Chris Jones, Trina Bentley, along with all of your squadron commanders and SELs, have created a true team, a unified group of combat-ready warriors that conspicuously lead across AMC. Will, over the past 2 years, you have always chosen to lead, you have always paid the price, and you have always been worthy of this command. It's been an amazing journey and a true honor to serve alongside you. And I can think of no one better suited to command the 37th Training Wing and shape the airmen that are the newest generation of our Air Force. That's not the end. The ceremony is more than this, our collective reflection of the past, also exciting new beginning. Mike, as I've gotten to know you, I am fully convinced you are the right leader to take the Mission Support Group to the next level. Holly, Brooklyn, Ian, thank you in advance. He would not be able to do this without your love and support over the next 2 years. Mike, you have the credibility, a career-long defender, enlisted at the beginning of your journey, earning your commission and returning to lead defenders across multiple assignments, as a trainer, as a lead instructor of the Ground Combat Training Squadron, a PME instructor, chief of mission assurance for a combatant command, and the senior defender for AMC that mobilized Raven teams and security forces to respond to the largest non-combatant evacuation in history. In addition to multiple combat deployments. You're the real deal. You're ready for this assignment. You're uniquely qualified to take the Mission Support Group where we need to go. Most importantly, you have demonstrated the potential to lead the men and women of the 375th Mission Support Group. You have shown that you can make that daily choice to lead, just as you did in 4 previous squadron commands. A unique experience where the best part is getting to work for your people. You have shown that you can pay the price to lead. It's never been easy. None like the time apart from Holly, who you've known since you were in grade school, to deploy for 6 months to command a security forces squadron at Bagram, responsible for defending the largest U.S. base in Afghanistan during a very crucial time. Lastly, your hard work and values inspired by your parents while growing up working on the farm, your heart to serve our airmen and our nation, I know that you will strive to be worthy of that gift, given by those who will follow you. It's an exciting future, and Mike, I know you'll be an outstanding commander and leader for the MSG, because your people are depending on you. All right, enough words. We're gonna honor Will's deeds, and then we're gonna make this official. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of the Legion of Merit Service Medal to Colonel Will Cooper. Attention to orders. This is to certify that the President of the United States of America, authorized by Executive Order 16 January 1969, has awarded the Legion of Merit to Colonel Will L. Cooper III for outstanding service 31 July 2022 to 8 May 2024. Colonel Will Cooper III distinguished himself by exceptionally meritoriously conduct in the performance of outstanding service to the United States Air Force as Commander, 375th Mission Support Group, 375th Air Mobility Wing, Scott Air Force Base, Illinois, from 31 July 2022 to 8 May 2024. During this period, Colonel Cooper's exemplary leadership was vital in advancing warfighting capabilities, ingraining a culture of innovation, and fortifying a strategic advantage for the wing and 33 mission partners, including a combatant command, 2 major commands, numbered Air Force, and an Air Force Operations Center, and 3 total force wings. He was instrumental in positioning Scott Air Force Base as a critical global operations hub for mission partners and sister services by enhancing aircraft hot pit refueling and modernization of base command control, joint communications, and computer infrastructure. Colonel Cooper averted mission failure through oversight of 4 higher headquarter military construction projects valued at $267 million, and his response to a winter storm and historic floods assured a $4 million recovery package for emergency repairs to 80 key facilities. Finally, he postured AMC's flagship wing and reprioritized manpower by incorporating cutting-edge biometric data for installing security, small unmanned aircraft system use, and innovative virtual training. The superior initiative, outstanding leadership, and personal endeavor displayed by Colonel Cooper reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Signed, Corey J. Martin, Major General, United States Air Force, Commander, 18th Air Force, Scott Air Force Base, Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Thank you, Colonel Poole. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander, 375th Mission Support Group, Colonel Will Cooper.
Everybody hear me okay? Good? All right. First off, good morning, folks. Colonel Poole mentioned it earlier. Thank you. With the weather coming in, for you guys to be able to respond the way that you did and still show up, I appreciate that very much. The wife and I appreciate it. It means a lot to us. Most folks that know me know that I'm not one for public speaking, especially if it's something scripted, which this is, and even more so if I must write the script, which I did. Although my chat, GPT, I didn't feel comfortable with it. So bear with me, because as I was building this speech, again, I'm not a writer, the flow was hard to figure out. And for your first spoiler alert, if I pause or you see me wiping stuff away from my eyes, those are tears. Not due to allergies, not something getting in my eyes, but truly because how much this experience meant to me. And in fact, my chief wanted to make sure that I had some tissue here in my pocket, just in case. All right, so let's start off with a little crowd participation. First off, high five your neighbor. Go. Good job, good job. Secondly, everybody take a deep breath with me. All right, let's go. To my wife. Most of you in public, and probably all of you in private, will state that she is much better than I am. And I can't argue that. She is supportive, she is funny, she is smart, she is patient, and of all the wonderful people I want to prove right, she is number one. Special shout out to Sherry Lyon for being here, my second mom. She has let me borrow Beth for over 25 years now. And to let you know the kind of sense of humor she has, when Beth and I started to get serious, my loving, kind, wise Sherry Lyon gave me a very serious look and told me, quack, quack, no trade backs. To my kids, thank you for being kind, for being responsible, for bouncing back after hard times, for being forgiving of me, and for being a source of joy every day. I love you. All right, next round of thanks goes to everyone who played a role in providing this opportunity and are here today physically or spiritually to celebrate the end of one phase and the beginning of a new one. So we have General Martin, sir, Chief Blunt. Thank you guys very much for being here. Especially for Chief Blunt, well, for General Martin for giving me the opportunity, for Chief Blunt being a part of that first wave of leadership that allowed me to come in and just kind of be me. I appreciate that. Colonel Robinson, Colonel Lowe, Colonel Poole, Colonel Ken, thank you for all your guidance, your confidence, the grace you showed me when I made mistakes or was having a tough time. And sir, thank you for all the kind words. Brigadier General Simmons, I don't recall how we met. I don't. But I appreciate you very much, especially since it's the second outgoing MSG COC you have attended for me. Sounds weird, folks, I know. Here's a story. So about this time last year, we had the LRS change of command. I'm pacing, getting ready to go on stage, and then Colonel Simmons shows up, and he just showed up at the last second, in the nick of time. He is ready. So I didn't think anything about it because I'm doing a change of command for Beth Brown, and she's kind of known as to be a superstar. At the end, he told me and realized that he was not there for the right change of command. He thought it was mine. His staff had said, hey man, the MSG change of command is today, and he got there. It wasn't mine. So I appreciate you showing the first time and the second time. Hey, give him a round of applause. He's busy. For Kim Huth and Mr. General Darren James, thank you for being good people, for taking time not just to mentor me, but also just to check on me as a person. So thank you very much. To Colonel Mike Shirley, yeah, man. I look forward to the success that this group will have with you leading them. For the group, you may recall to break the ice and to get to know each other, we will start off with interesting tidbits. You guys remember that? Cool. As such, I would like to introduce Colonel Mike Shirley with 5 interesting tidbits. The first, the dark is afraid of him. The second, he is an old man, basketball league, multiple-time All-Star. The third, he is a former college football player. The fourth, Bigfoot tries to get pictures of him. The fifth, and this is rumor, Superman has pajamas with his face on it. Now, to be transparent, only one of those is true. So you have to ask him which one it is. But all joking aside, Mike, you bring strengths I never had, and you're more than ready. So I only have 2 bits of advice. Be you and be bolder than I was. Is that fair? Cool. Next, I have a couple shout outs from my fellow group peeps. Vince, for your joyfulness and energy. And for the folks who are aware of the latest hip hop beef between K-Dot and Drake, everybody's tracking that? K-Dot and Drake, hip hop beef, good. Let it be known, Colonel Vince Showman Livy has bars. Ask him, he will freestyle in an instant. He's got bars. Doogie, I know you're not here today, but thank you for your steadiness and all the help you provided for my family. Tammy Brown, I know she's not here, but thank you for your wisdom and kind words. To MJ, Phil, Senior Banks, first for humoring me and my thoughts, and second for always trying to keep the rest of us focused. Thank you. To our MSG small family, you made coming to work fun, regardless of what chaos was going on. We have the originals, Josh, Alex, AJ, Kyle, Jesse, and Rob. Thank you for your training, guidance, and patience. We have the next iteration, Aaron, Justin Jones, Mark, Trina, Miss Last. And for my last crew, Evelyn, Justin, Drew, and Scott. Thank you for putting up with my absence, keeping the group moving, and for setting the stage for Colonel Shirley to be successful. So for my next spoiler alert, the folks who are close to me know that I have some self-confidence, self-esteem issues. So these next 2 wonderful women made a positive impact on me because of their belief and patience with me. Ms. Salamone, who may not be here today, thank you for your kindness, for allowing me to ride your coattails, for the pep talks, and for the laughs and looks we shared when we noticed something at the same time. Glow, Chief Wilson. Thank you for believing in me and supporting my crazy thoughts on how to be part of this group, for challenging me on a daily basis, and for always being there for me. To both of you, whatever kind of commander I was better because of you. To our medium family, the amazing squadrons of the MSG. First off, you guys all heard me say this a number of times. I will never claim to be a leader. I will never claim to be able to bestow that title upon me. My hope is I can earn your trust, and from there, we'll kind of walk that path. When we first sat down, I recall telling everyone what I fear most, which was one of our folks feeling hopeless and alone for a long time, for a duration. I also talked about the importance of realizing a shared environment does not equal a shared experience, and the importance of being more than neighbors, that we had to be a family to be successful. Whatever family feel we have, the credit belongs to these folks. Our first sergeants, give them a round of applause for me. The Ryans, LeBlanc and Hengel, Chris, Senior Crawford, Mac, Barney, Jenny, Clay, then Clint, Angelina and DJ, Beth, Jake, and Marcus. I never thought I would be in this role. I didn't think I had the skill set or the strength to be successful. You amazing people. Your trust and your leadership are the key reasons to why we succeeded. So thank you again. So this is my last page, but this will be the hardest part, so bear with me. So typically this is the part where I would double down what Colonel and what was written and read from the LOM about the amazing accomplishments of the group. All the individual successes, all the awards each of the medium families won, and all we did to help make lives better for this wing and this installation. Those were the times when we thrived together because we were curious, because we all strived to be better, and because we were all ready for any challenge. Those were the times when we proved the quote, alone we could do so little, so that together we could do so much. But to me, making connections was most important. The basis for everything good is trust. And connection. It allows us to be honest with each other and allowed us to share the joy of our successes. What usually goes unsaid, or at least underappreciated, is how those same connections help us endure. To endure means to suffer, to remain in existence. Our connections help us endure those times that were unexpected, those times we could ask the question, why us? Those times when life broke us. When we endured sick loved ones, when we endured near loss of friends, or when we had to endure the actual loss of friends. When we had to endure the loss of a father, or the loss of a wife, or we had to endure the loss of a husband, or in my case, had to endure the loss of my mom. It was during those times I truly understood how much we can rely on each other. It was during those times we were resilient, not because of programs or trainings, but because of the care and love we have for each other. To help each other back up when we were knocked down and questioned if we could keep going. It was during those times I saw and felt the empathy and the love we have for each other. I am thankful for each of you. I am thankful for the experience we were able to share together. I'm thankful for the love you shared with me. In closing, our group, we often talk about perspectives, blessings versus burdens. How every day what we do or the experiences we share can feel like a burden. I'll tell you, and I hope you feel the same way, sharing this environment with each of you, sharing all the experience that we had with each of you was a blessing. And I can tell you that nobody had it better than me. Thank you.
Chief Wilson, please lead us in a final chant for the MSG.
MSG! Who has a better mask?
Nobody! Before Colonel Cooper relinquishes command, the 375th Mission Support Group will now render their last salute. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the change of command ceremony. Attention to orders. Department of the Air Force, 375th Air Mobility Wing, Scott Air Force Base, Special Order Number SF23-020, effective 8 May 2024. Colonel Will Cooper relinquishes command of the 375th Mission Support Group to Colonel Mike Shirley by order of Colonel John Poole, Commander, 375th Air Mobility Wing. Please be seated. And presenting the Commander, 375th Mission Support Group, Colonel Mike Shirley.
Good, everybody can hear me? This is overwhelming. I took a minute to pause and just take it in. And I don't know if you noticed, Colonel Poole said, get up here. So I moved forward, and that is when really he is given command. Hey, good morning, teammates. General Martin, Chief Blunt, General, senior enlisted leaders, distinguished civic leaders, Commanders-in-Chief of Team Scott, family and friends, and of course, the men and women of the 375th Mission Support Group. Welcome. Thank you for being here today and share this special event. I'm extremely honored and humbled to stand before you today as the new commander for the 375th Mission Support Group. The Gettysburg Address, perhaps one of the most famous speeches of all times. 246 words in about 3 minutes. Today, I can't beat that. But maybe 375 words in 3 minutes. First, I'd like to express my appreciation for those who actually are here today. God, without him, I wouldn't be here. Thank you for the weather today. Get us started off on the right foot. Big challenge up front. Colonel Poole, thank you very much for giving me and Holly an opportunity to command again, to lead the Air Force's best mission support group. It's an incredible honor. Thank you for your trust and your confidence in me. To the AMC staff, I truly appreciate the mentorship and partnership in our previous roles. I'm excited to continue to support you in this new opportunity. My sincere thanks. To General Sanford, who's not here today, please don't tell him I said this. He's the best LRO I've ever seen. Without him, I wouldn't be here today. And it's been an honor being his top cop. Again, please don't tell him that. To my family who's traveled here from Kentucky, my in-laws, Johnny and Linda Harlow, thank you very much for taking this trip and for always supporting us. To my parents, Mike and Charlotte Shirley, you've been at every graduation, promotion, change of command, significant event in the Air Force, except for my change of command in Afghanistan. Understood. Dad, 28 years doing this. I think we can tell Uncle Glenn I'm not coming back to farming. Mom, thank you for praying me here. Please continue. I love you. To my beautiful wife, Brooklyn and Lynn. Holly, you're simply the best person I know. I met her when I was 11, she was 7, okay? We're from Kentucky, it's not like that. She continues to keep me in check and make me well known that Colonel Shirley doesn't mean anything in her house. She saved my life, she guides my path, and she raised 3 kids. My incredible children challenge me every day, make me look through a different lens at the whole world. Despite the sacrifices a military child has to do, you've always supported me and your mom. Thank you. Next, I'd like to thank Will Cooper. He has given me and my family a warm welcome for possibly the longest changeover ever. You commanded with steady purpose, calm resolve. That's why the Air Force can give you another chance. We will continue to stand on the 4 pillars you've built, and we will make you proud. Good luck and Godspeed. I know you're going to do great. Finally, I'd like to thank each member of the 375th Mission Support Group for your selfless devotion to duty. I'm extremely excited for this part of this amazing team and looking forward to meeting each and every one of you. In closing, I'd like to share a quote from one of the greatest military officers and leaders of our time. Let's go. Thank you.
The 375th Mission Support Group will now render the first salute to their new commander. The men and women of the 375th Mission Support Group are proud to have served with Colonel Cooper We wish him good luck and Godspeed in his future endeavors. We also welcome the Shirley family as Colonel Shirley assumes his new duties as commander of the 375th Mission Support Group. Please rise for the singing of the Air Force song and the departure of the official party. Following the ceremony, you are cordially invited to join Colonel Mike Shirley in the back for refreshments. Ladies and gentlemen, please leave your seats where they are. A teardown team will.
Key on.